Hello, this is Gihan Pereira. I want to talk about innovation and, in particular, an innovation exercise that I often run with leaders, and I call it Six Ribbons. So, this is based on that John English song, which is called Six Ribbons, and it says, if I was a minstrel, I'd sing you six love songs. If I was a merchant, I'd bring you six carriages, but I'm only a poor man, so I can give you six ribbons. Now, I was recently speaking at the Victorian Association of Secondary State School Principals conference, and I did a keynote talking about being fit for the future, and then we ran this innovation workshop where we used this exercise, and I find it's really useful for leaders to use this exercise with their teams to help break their thinking and get them to think differently. So the idea is it goes like this. So it's like, if I was a, and what I get people to do is pull out their smartphone, type in random job generator, and there are various websites where it will give you a random job or occupation. And then you imagine that if you had that job, what would you use from that, from the skills that you've got, from the experience, if you had that job, to apply to your job or to your role. So we had this idea. We had a whole bunch of school principals in the room, and they looked up, if I was a plumber, what advice would I give that would be useful for a school principal? If I was an occupational therapist, what advice would I give for a school principal? My favorite was that somebody got career criminal as their random job occupation that came up. And I said to them, look, you can use that one. I'd love you to use that one. Feel free to spin the dice again and roll again and pick something else. But to their credit, they chose that one. And their ideas were great. It was like, if I was a career criminal, then I'd have to change my modus operandi each time to make sure that I didn't get caught. So it really got them thinking about, what are we doing in our schools that are exactly the same as we've always done, and what would happen if we change things up? How would that help our staff to change the way that they teach? How would it change their energy levels when they come to school? What if they couldn't rely on last year's lesson plans? So just that little exercise got them thinking a little bit differently. So I recommend it to you. It's an exercise which I call Six Ribbons. You're more than welcome to use it and share it. But the thinking about it, the thinking behind it, is that it's very easy for us to get caught up in our way of thinking and thinking that what we've always done will always work. Now, it may have worked in the past, but it's not necessarily going to work for you in the future. And just to break up that thinking and think about it from a different perspective is useful. So I highly recommend that Six Ribbons exercise for you to use with your teams to become more fit for the future.